Well, a couple times a year, I try to take a trip down to Alabama to visit my parents who recently moved there. And down in the South, the culture is very different. People move slower, they aren't as busy, and they can often tell when a person is not from the South. And every time I go down to Alabama, without fail, someone always asks me, "Are you from the Midwest?" And some would say, "I'm an outsider." Well, in the book of 1 Peter, Peter is writing to a group of believers who feel like outsiders. In fact, many of these Christians were exiled from their homes and are suffering for Christ's sake. And so Peter is aiming to encourage them about the hope that they have in Jesus and the lives that God has called them to live, even in their suffering and their trials. And you see, as believers today, we are also exiles in the sense that this fallen world is not our home. And we are called to be set apart for the Lord. We are called to live in holiness. And what that means is that the Lord has set us apart for special use. And so 1 Peter 1:14, it challenges us to leave behind our former passions and desires. And that's why verse 15 says, "But as he who called you is holy, you also be holy in all your conduct. For since it is written, you shall be holy, for I am holy." Friends, our God is unlike anything or anyone in this world that he created. He is nothing like the wickedness and evil that is so prevalent in the world and in the human heart today. And yet, we have been called into relationship with this holy God. And the holy, set-apart lives that we live, those are our responses to the immeasurable grace that we have been shown by God through our inheritance in Jesus Christ. And that inheritance is described by Peter as imperishable, undefiled, unfading, and kept in heaven for us. And God has secured us to himself, and nothing can take that away. And so until we meet God face to face, he has incredibly important work to do through us. And friends, it is an amazing gift that strengthens and empowers the believer to live a life set apart for his purposes. And in a world that is broken and constantly looking for answers, we can do all of that because of our living hope.